Mystic Ascension, Part 4, Experiencing Netzach. Netzach is the dimension of imagination. In Netzach, the magician's aspirations are carried down into Malkuth in order to become manifest into matter. Netzach is the cosmic orchard and abode of all powers elemental. To get attuned to this fairy sphere, to take a walk in nature at sunset, whatever the season, the nature divas are still around, attracted by any natural form, or rather by its expression on the astral plane. Plants have enchanting spirits called dryads. Encountering the dryads is an intense and rewarding experience. The illuminating lamp, erotic girdle, and resplendent rose are its symbols. All the powers behind nature is here in this sphere. It follows that the experience of Netzach is the vision of beauty triumphant. This beauty, however, is far more than skin deep. It is the appreciation for all the higher aspects of life. The ways of Netzach are distinctly orphic, in contrast to the mental discipline of Hod. One of the achievements of Netzach is the balancing of hermetic and aesthetic with the hedonist. As far as magic is concerned, Netzach represents the will. Hod gives the form with which the magician performs their ritual magic, but the form is an empty vessel without the energy of the will, derived in Netzach, filling the magical operation. On this level, Netzach is the power, and Hod is the ceremonial glory. They meet directly through the 27th path, or the pair path, which joins Hod and Netzach. They are also met indirectly through meditations in Yesod and Tiferet. So in magical Kabbalah, the intellect of Hod combines with the will of Netzach through the emotions of Yesod to manifest in the physical in Malkuth. The essence of Netzach is the victory of the will over any obstacles which might stand between higher and lower selves. Each element is of importance and all must be in balance for the personality to function properly. The qualities of Netzach are apparent in the 4 sevens of the tarot deck, as 7 is the magical number of the Sephirah. The gods that you can evoke here are Hecate, Hermes, Trivia, Freya, Seridwen, Saraswati, Eruzuli, and Ocean. Creativity is the core element of the green Sephirah, and it frequently results in innovative rather than conventional work. The raw energies of Netzach seem to appear out of nowhere. In Netzach, impulsive action is the only reliable sort. Balancing it out with analysis would drag the energy out of the pure Netzachian state towards qualifying Hod. The symbol of the harvest is relevant to the fertile Netzach. When you're ready to begin pathworking, enter your sacred circle. The magical sense that will bring you into this consciousness are patchouli and vetfir. A sacred vibration that brings you into alignment with this dimension is the musical note E sustained. Get comfortable to perform the following contemplation and meditation exercises. Enter into the temple of Malkuth with its black and white square tiled floor. Complete your purification ritual and supplication to Gaia, asking for permission to leave Malkuth. If you get her blessing, stamp your feet 10 times when you're ready to begin pathworking. Look for the Orphic door on the right. It has the symbol of an egg surrounded by a serpent. Think of entering and it opens for you to reveal the green and yellow fractals of flashing lights. You step into the vortex and it carries you up. Remember to lower your arms to speed up and then raise them in front of you to slow down. The Hebrew letter and the name for this path is the Kof path, which means the back of the head. This connects it immediately with the medulla oblongata, through which cosmic sustenance enters the system. The celestial prana is absorbed for as long as it is willed for you to live. And this is received whether one is aware of it or not, thus illuminating the connection between this path and the instinctual, almost dumb survival. The intellect has no influence here. The past tarot card of correspondence is the moon, and so it is also called the moon path because this card is concerned with corporeal issues. The special implication of this card, in conjunction with it, is mental illusion or lunacy. The path represents madness. particularly hormonal, which cannot be held in abeyance. The sacred delirium of the oracle is also known as the 29th path of corporeal intelligence. The fractals have now turned a brilliant emerald green. You notice that the God form energy here, which is brilliant, otherworldly reddish-purple wave, towering high in immense strength and potential fierceness, yet with spiritual grace, that covers almost every aspect of the spectrum in its entirety. All modes of existence are bound up in it. This is the God form Jehovah Tsabaoth, meaning Lord of Hosts. You ask for his permission to proceed and say, Jehovah Tsabaoth, please grant me permission to explore the dimension of Netzach. And if granted, you continue. You notice that the path in front of you is covered in rose petals. It leads you to a green archway in a stone temple that reminds you of Stonehenge. Above the archway hangs the Hebrew letter Kof. You enter the stone temple. It has 7 sides, each with an archway leading away. You realize intuitively that you may travel through these archways to get to the neighboring Sephirah. Opposite you is the archway leading to Chesed, called the Kaf pathway. Next to that archway is another one. This is the Nun archway leading to Tiferet. Alongside the Nun archway is the Peh pathway to Hod. Next to that is the 28th Tzadi pathway to Yesod, and they all have their symbols hanging above them. Finally, you recognize the archway that comes into the Sephirah through. It is the Kof archway, leading back to Malkuth. Then there's the multi-symboled archway, the Yetzirah archway, or exit to Netzach. At the center of the Stonehenge temple of Netzach is a large stone altar, and in front of it stands the archangel Haniel. She is predominantly feminine, tall and slender as a flower stalk, with an aura of great determination and quiet power. Blue wings sweep up from her shoulders and encircle her legs. In her strong arms she holds a sword and a set of scales. She vibrates a brilliant green, but this angelic force is bathed in amber light. You ask for permission to continue your exploration of Netzach. Say, Archangel Haniel, grant me your blessings to explore the Sephirah of Netzach. And if she agrees, you may meet the order of angels called the Elohim, who are predominantly green divinities, similar to yet different from those we encountered in Hod. Their beautiful bodies are made of fire, their slender faces framed and winged by wings of emerald blue, their lithe forms framed by living light. The presence of the Elohim is vivifying, exuding luminous excitement. Ask for their protection and guidance while in Netzach. Say, Angelic order of the Elohim, please protect and guide me in my explorations of this realm called Netzach. If they grant their blessings, then you are free to continue. Other gods can be found in Netzach are Venus, Hathor, Aphrodite, Freya, Sita, Erezuli, and Ocean. Follow the rose-petaled path to the multi-symboled archway called Yetzirah. You go through it and walk onto the luxurious verdant lawn. You look back at the Stonehenge temple and see 7 giant mushrooms growing out of the temple of Netzach. There is somewhat a warning here. There is a danger in this realm of contracting what is called fairy enchantment, which is a condition in which you fall so in love with the Sephirah that you never want to leave it. Don't be caught and entrapped by its resplendent beauty. Imagine yourself in the most enchanted land, or where it is perpetually spring, and all your germinal wishes begin to flourish into meaningful manifestations. But they are only just beginning. They are still like ideas, but finding form. The overriding sensation you feel is one of hope. What seems inanimate in Malkuth is very much alive here in Netzach, such as the singing stones you notice, or the giggling chains of undines posing as a stream, or the gossiping trees. Everything here seems to represent the prototype of its kind on earth. The moon and the sun both hang in the sky, as mortal time does not exist here. They are equidistant, and you feel attracted to both. On the ground, there are secret rings of mushrooms to be found among the dewy blades of grass. Nothing here is angled the way you feel it ought to be, and when you walk, you seem suspended mid-step, as if walking on the moon or through water. You wander around and take in the uncanny scenery. Further on are a group of elven folk. You note that all occurs en masse here. Few things seem individualized. You sense groups of clearly defined types of entities, mineral, element, floral, fauna, and humanoid, but nobody in single units, as it was in Hod. Netzach has pools of race types. There seem to be zones dedicated to particular groups of being and their activities. You try to communicate with some of the sprites that you encounter, but they seem to me too much absorbed in their group project, like ants gathering food or bees in a hive. Their work and magic comes to life and manifests on earth in Malkuth as what we experience as nature. Compassion is a virtue in Netzach, because it is with compassion that we learn to look beyond our blinkered selves and at the greater picture, or to feel ourselves as part of the larger plan. In Netzach, we are not compelled to subjugate ourselves, but to fulfill ourselves for the sake of something beyond our temporary individual identities. This is the celestial garden in which they delight in the joys of lovers. The atmosphere is light and sparky, and of course erotic. It carries the promise and the potential of great futurity. Sit and contemplate this fairy realm for as long as you wish. When you're ready to leave Netzach, make your way back to the Stonehenge temple with its 7 giant mushrooms and its 7 archways. Enter the multi-symboled archway called Yetzirah, and standing inside the temple of Netzach, give thanks for your journey and experience in gratuity. Seek out the Kof archway of green flashing fractals, enter it and imagine you are traveling down the moon path, speeding up as you go until the fractal stops spinning and the color changes from emerald green to verdant green. You stop and exit the Orphic door, back in the temple of Malkuth. Ground yourself by rubbing your eyes. Exit the temple of Malkuth through the Yetzirah door and enter your sacred circle. Exit when you're ready. Join us for our next lesson in Mystic Ascension, Part 5, Tiferet, via Yesod. Please like, share, and subscribe with the links below. Merry part till next time we meet.